Okay, so now, today I'm going to teach you about quadratic equations. So, for example, in a quadratic equation like x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 0, of course, what you could do is you could find products of this, I'll label it as p, like so. So the first thing you could do is take products of 1. In this case, it's 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, that, and this. Yeah, that's basically it. And you also take sums of 2 that are integers in this case. So like 1 plus 1. Let me replace the comma with a times. And now you can have 2 plus minus 1 and stuff like that, and see the one which matches each. So with both numbers. So in this case, 1 plus 1 and 1 times 1. That makes us, and we can solve it like this: x squared you don't actually need to add the 1x, by the way, so just take that away and replace that with x. And now one thing you can do is you can actually factorize it. Now for x squared plus 1x, now I'm going to erase all this. And then put it over here. So for x squared plus x plus 1, what we can do is this. So we can factorize x from here, which will get us x plus 1. And now inside the brackets they should be the same thing. Now we already have x plus 1 outside, so one thing we can do is we can factorize 1. X plus 1. Now believe it or not, we can literally factorize the entire expression, which can get us x plus 1 times x plus 1. I'll switch to notepad. X plus 1 plus times x plus 1, which can in turn be converted to x plus 1 squared equals 0. So in this case, now this actually makes this not the best example, but x has only one solution, that is minus 1. However, if we take something different, like x squared plus 3x plus 2, then we have something different. For example, let me fix that. Now what we can do with this is we can also take factor pairs again, and we can do this. So the first thing we have is factors of 2 would be 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, and in this case it's really simple, but it gets more complicated. So let's do 3 examples. Okay, and we're also using sum pairs, so that would be, instead, now I'll switch back to the comma. That would be 1, 2, that would be 4, minus 1, and so and so. Now in this case we take the pairs that match, and there you go. So it'll be 1, 2. And now let's go on to something more complex, a bit quicker, as in we can skip this entire thing and be like x plus 1, since the factor pair was 1, 2, since the pair was 1, 2, 1 x plus 2. So we can go straight to that. And now we can even go a bit further and skip this entirely, and I'll show you that in a bit of a sec, since I'm having a bit of trouble. Now, one thing you need to remember is that this is an equals 0. And when it comes to equals 0, one logical thing to remember is that something times 0 is 0. So, if you go to here, 2 times, this means times by the way, but since the times is not really that much. Let's take 2 yet. No, it's not. 2 times 0 equals 0. 1,000 times 0 equals 0. So the logic here would be that one of these would equal 0. And let's take the first one. If one of these equals 0, then we can just take it in a separate equation and be like x plus 1 equals 0. X plus 2 separately equals 0. Therefore, x equals minus 1. I think you know simple algebra. X equals minus 2. And you can simplify this, contract this basically into 1, which would be like this. X equals minus 1 minus 2. Honestly, as a rule of thumb, you could go from ascending order, but this isn't ascending order, this is descending order. But don't think too much about that. Now, the thing you can skip to get directly to here would be for x squared plus 3x plus 1. If you find the factor pair, which is 1, 2, then you can you might have noticed that minus 1 is that you just minus both of each of these numbers separately, and you get the solution. Well, that's basically all you have to do. So technically, if you're skilled enough, you should be able to look at a quadratic and see the solution. That is, of course, in more simpler quadratics. And that makes up most of our video. And I would like you to like and subscribe, and see you next time.